How can we hear you? Guess what? When I changed brands, it took away the countdown timer. Hi, everybody. That's how we could hear you. So sorry about that. We wanted to open up in the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society brand, if you may. And when I changed brands from the rescue shows brand, it stopped the countdown timer. So here we are looking like fools today. Hi, Kelsey.
Hey, how's it going?
And lesson learned. Who do you have here with you?
Kiska's here with me right now. Takani coming around.
All right. So cool. Well, we got a big show today. The Great Pyrenees Rescue Society is going to steal the show, and we sent Judy from the peerrescue.org in Colorado. She has a big boy she wants to bring on, and hopefully she'll be here in a little while. But we're going to start out with a young man, the only boy of the show so far as with the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. And we actually, he has a video, and we would like to play his video, and we'll bring him up. And when the video ends, you get to see him live. Wow, that was a long video, wasn't it? Hi, Indy. Whoop, I got you muted here. Hang on a second. You have you muted. You have to unmute yourself. I can't. Sorry about that. So there's Mr. Indy. Now, he's the only boy that's going to be on. There you are. He's the only boy who's going to be here today. He's going to be the heartthrob of the show. Hi, Indy. How you doing?
This is Granola.
I'm sorry. Oh, I brought the wrong one up.
Yeah.
All right. No wonder you were muted. Excuse me. Heck of a show today, isn't it, guys? Boy, I'll tell you, I destabilized myself when I had the wrong when the countdown timer didn't go. That one threw me for a loop. They're going to fire me. You know that? So you are muted too, Jen. Sorry.
I'm here.
There is Indy.
This is Indy.
All right. And I think we need to have Kelsey take over here so we can get this thing set on track. So what can you tell us? That was a long video, wasn't it?
It was.
How do you not tell his story though in a short video? I mean, how can you do that? I couldn't do that. So, all right. Well, so what can you tell us about him?
Well, he is such a sweetheart. He is the ultimate cuddler. He's super chill. He kind of goes with our schedule. He's very treat motivated, as you can probably see. He's potty trained. He walks well on a leash. Sometimes he wants to play with my dog while we're on the leash, so we're working on that. He loves to play with other dogs at the dog park. He's good with kids. He would probably do best with some older kids just because I know he's going to get bigger. Currently, he's not a big jumper, so he kind of just goes and meets someone, and he'll sit and put his face up there and just wait to be loved and pet. He's a little skittish sometimes. So we were on a walk the other day, and some kids were coming by and on skateboards, and it scared him pretty good. But otherwise, like he's really good. He's kind of on the calmer side. Like he'll come and just sleep by my feet during the day, and at night he sleeps on the bed. We let him sleep on the bed with us, and he just loves to cuddle, and he is just such a doll.
Karina says that he kept all of his colors. Her two peers started out masked, and now they're all white. Now, but what is his mix? Now he's got a pretty strong mix in him, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. So they say that he's an Anatolian Shepherd Great Pyrenees mix. He's about 5 months old and probably creeping up on 50 pounds. I know that he was 42 when he was transported, but I think he's probably creeping up on 50 at this point in time. So I'm pretty sure he will be a big boy.
Yeah. Now he can sleep in some weird positions. Do you send like assembly instructions with him?
Sometimes he looks like he's a little broken. Like one thing here, the other thing there, but he doesn't care where. He'll sleep on the floor, he'll curl up on the couch, on the like rug. That
was the picture we used for the show because first of all, it's a good close-up, and I don't think his what do you think? It doesn't look like his markings are going to change much because they're really defined, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Boy, that's a good looking boy. Do you have a weight on him?
I would say he's probably about 50 pounds.
That's right. You said that. And older children, is that because you think he's going to get bigger?
Yeah, I think he's going to get bigger at some point. I mean, he's sitting at 50 pounds now. He's got big ears. He's got long legs. He's got big paws. He's got a long tail.
Okay. So and he's got to grow into all of that.
Yes, he's going to grow into some size.
All right.
He definitely likes to be one of the family. Like when we watch movies, he wants to like be up on the couch and cuddling with us, and definitely a good family dog, like house dog, like part of the family for sure. Would love a backyard. We don't have a super big backyard, and he's done okay. We've gone to a lot of dog parks, and he just runs and plays with any of the dogs at the dog park. Not super aggressive, just kind of I can see the kind of guiding aspect of his breed come out as he tries to like mouth and guide other dogs around the dog park.
All right. So the mouth that can get out of control as he grows, but that's okay. You see, because he's a puppy and he is learning all of this stuff, and that's why he has a foster home, because she is helping guide him into a great dog. She's raising the bar. Okay. So of for him to expect when he gets adopted. So we're going to check these questions. This question real quick. Nancy wants to know if he's been cat tested.
I'm not aware if he's been cat tested. We do not have any cats. He doesn't show a lot of interest in chasing any squirrels or anything when we're out on walks, but not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And wow. So What do you think? Do you have any guess, or does anybody have any guess what his adult weight might be?
I don't know. I mean, if I was to make a guess off of the Anatolian Shepherd and the Great Pyrenees,
100 pounds?
breed, I would say 100 pounds. Yeah.
He's going to be one good-looking boy, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for her, Kelsey?
Did you talk about car rides or anything? How does he do in that?
He's great. He's great on car rides. Yeah. He just kind of lays down. Sometimes he'll pop up to kind of see where we're going, but otherwise he lays down. We went on a hike this morning and he just laid in the back seat on the way there and back. No throwing up or anything.
Perfect.
Wow. No throwing up. Yay. So, wow. So, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. If you look at the description of the show, the link to his own webpage is in there, along with the other dogs that are going to be on today. So I don't put a banner up for their individual links because, well, they're kind of long banners, all right? And nobody can click on them anyway. So all we do is Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org and just look for Indy, all right? Can't go wrong. Now, that video said that somebody's going to hit the jackpot when they get him, huh?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
He's so
don't lose out. Get your applications in. If you don't apply, you can't adopt, period. So, and if you can't adopt, you can help in other ways, okay? They need transport people. They need donors, all right? Or fosters. Maybe you can't adopt because, well, you don't want to take on that financial responsibility. You can foster, okay? Fostering is pretty rewarding, isn't it, Jen?
It is. It is. Yeah. It's fun to just like love them like they're your own and know that they're going to the best home possible for the rest of their lives. And, you know, it's very fulfilling to do that. I mean, it's sad when they leave, but it's also very filling and like heartwarming to know that they're going to go and they're going to live their best life. And, you know, you help save them from potentially being put to sleep. Or
now, what would you say to somebody that told you that they can't foster because I wouldn't be able to let them go? What would you have to say to somebody that told you that?
Well, we keep them then. Test it out.
The rescue's in the business to adopt dogs, and I bet you money that your foster wouldn't mind if you couldn't let him go.
Oh yeah, he would not mind if we were like, nope, you're ours now.
And you did save a life, so another one could be saved. So,
exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
All right. That's a good-looking boy. Now, is he your first foster? Is this your first time fostering with this rescue?
It's actually my third time fostering with the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.
So this is good. And your experience has apparently been okay because you keep taking dogs.
Yes, and I haven't failed yet.
Okay. This is a rescue is the only job you'll get that failing is actually good.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, Jen, thank you so much. We're going to move you off to the side because if he does something cute, we all get to see it. So, and with no surprises. All right, our next dog, we'll go like this for now. Our next dog coming up, you're going to swear that she is his sister, okay? And you'll see what I mean. And once we get him up, now once we get her up live, then we could see a difference. But we have Granola coming up next, and there's a video for her also. We'll play that one. Hi, Indy.
Hi.
All right. Isn't that something? Boy, I'll tell you, she is one good looking girl with her nose hidden right now, but there she is. She's got some amazing markings.
Yeah, she definitely does.
Wow. So she is likes the outdoors and likes hiking around, huh?
Yep. And we don't have a yard, so sometimes we just take her outside and we sit with her on the lawn in front, and then she just watches everyone go by.
And she too is 5 months old, right?
Yeah, she is 5 months old.
What's
She's 5 months in a week.
so she does? She has a little ear quirk, doesn't she?
Yes, she likes holding one of them up every now and then.
When I first saw that picture, I asked you, "Did the wind blow her ear?" You said, "No, she puts it up."
Yeah, that's the way she likes holding them.
And that's the way it goes. It flops over like that. Which ear was it?
I think it was the left one.
Just a second here. I'll be able, I've got her pictures here. But somewhere here. Well, anyway, now does she rely on that little stuffed toy, that teddy bear?
She definitely does. There's that and one chicken which is now headless.
Okay. Will they be able to travel with her when she gets adopted?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All right. There you have it, folks. The teddy bear goes, or whatever that is. Looks like could be a monkey, huh?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if it's a bear or monkey.
Okay. All right. We have Amy just says, "Oh my goodness, where's Nola located? Where you're in Washington, aren't you?"
Yeah, we're in Redmond, Washington.
Okay. Oh, you're in Redmond, Washington. You don't work for Microsoft by any chance, do you?
I do, yeah.
How about that? There's a coincidence. Wow. So we'll leave Microsoft out of it. That's a different show. Wow. But now you do a lot of hiking, just like Jen does with Indy, huh?
Yeah, Nola loves hiking.
Wow. And she's going to be the perfect, just like you said, she's going to be a good hiking buddy for somebody.
Yeah, she doesn't even pull on the leash. My dog yanks for squirrels. She doesn't.
Okay. Amy's got a heck of a question, and I think I know the answer, but that's something that you're going to have to check with the rescue because I do not know that answer. She's in Connecticut. Can she travel? Yeah, she can travel, but I don't know if she can travel to Connecticut. That would be a question for the rescue. All right. I love it. Which one barked?
That was Nola.
Oh, she got a good bark.
Yeah, that's actually the fourth time I've heard her bark in 2 weeks, actually.
Yeah. All right. I love it. What's she chewing on?
A bully ring.
Okay.
She's been working on it since yesterday.
All right. So but yet you're sitting right next petting her, so she doesn't have any type of resource guarding that you've seen?
No, not with water, not with toys, not with beds.
And does she have a four-legged friend that lives there with her, or is she the only puppy?
She definitely plays with our dog. He's 3 years old. He's actually her size.
Wow. Because I saw him. Now he's kind of a fluffy poodle-looking or doodle-looking type dog.
He is a Great Pyrenees and Chihuahua mix. Do not ask me how that happened.
Okay, I won't ask how that happened. How'd that happen? How do you do that?
We rescued him from another society 3 years ago, and he's also from Texas. We did a DNA test, and we found out he's part Chihuahua, part Pyrenees.
Yeah. It doesn't seem physically able. Okay, I mean, it doesn't. Wow. Okay. Well, we won't question that one. We will just call that the eighth wonder of the world. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
What kind of home would Granola need?
Sorry, come again?
What kind of home do you think would be a good adoptive home for her?
A home with a playful puppy, a playful older dog rather. One with a nice yard because she loves sitting outside and watching trees, birds, squirrels. Preferably where someone is home most of the day, if not all of the day. She is learning how to be independent by herself for a little bit, slowly, but she is still a puppy. Okay. And she definitely loves being part of the family. She loves cuddling with us. She, like in the video, she loves watching TV with you.
Okay. And she does good on a leash because you don't have a fence. That means anytime she goes somewhere, she has a leash on her. Is that correct?
Yes, and she's also been to breweries and stuff. She's very calm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
5 months old. She's the calmest puppy I've ever seen.
All right. Now, I don't remember if you had mentioned this or not. Has she been cat tested?
We don't have cats, but the one time she saw a neighborhood cat, she was afraid.
Oh, she was afraid of the cats.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you have it. So, she's afraid of cats.
She loves meeting the dogs, though.
Yeah. Now, her mix is German Shepherd and probably Pyr. Is that correct?
Yes, we know her mother is a Great Pyrenees. The father is most likely a German Shepherd. Yes.
Okay. Wow. She's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous. Would you have any wild guess whatsoever of what her adult weight could be?
I do not know, honestly,
Okay.
but I'm guessing closer, somewhere above 80 pounds.
Okay. And do you have a weight on her now?
To grow into, yeah.
Okay. Do you have her weight as of now?
I think it's 38 pounds.
So she's tiny also.
Yeah, right now she's tall and thin and long.
Okay. All right. So she has a little bit of growing to do at 5 months old. 2 5-months-old on the show today. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where, and once again, her link to her special web page is up in the description of the show. It's clickable. So it'll take you right out there and you can read all about her. Now, is she your first foster with this rescue?
No, she's actually our second.
And apparently, well, you took another dog. So your experience with this rescue has been positive then. Am I close?
Yeah, we really like this rescue.
Okay. There you have it. And since she's your second foster, that means fostering must be rewarding here somewhere along the line.
It definitely is, yeah.
And you're saving lives. I mean, we can't stress that enough. And when you adopt Granola, Indy gets to save another life. She gets to bring in another dog. So, and that's how that works. Can't bring in a dog until Nola goes to her forever home. Okay. So Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. If it's happening, that's where it's happening with these two so far. All right, Indy, anything you would like to ask her, Kelsey?
No, she covered it all.
All right. She has. You've done a good job here. And that's a good looking job. That's a good looking dog. You seem to be a natural. So we're going to, and I think you said, I don't know what your schedule's like. This is what I don't know. Can you stay up and stay with us on the show or you can? All right. All right. So we'll move you off over to the side and we've got our third dog. Now this one here is kind of going to be a little bit like the black sheep possibly, and you'll see why here in a little bit, but she's absolutely beautiful dog. Well, just like the other two so far, we're not going to let you down with her. So we have Keiko coming up next, and she has her own little video too. Now that was a teddy bear. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
Everybody, this is Keiko. Isn't she gorgeous? And she's got a heck of a story. What does that mean? She couldn't walk when she came into rescue.
So I got the privilege to foster her and her two brothers when they're about 10 weeks old. And the first day we noticed that she was having issues standing up, especially on tile and wood floor. It was, she kept scratching and scratching in circles and trying to get up. And so we knew something was going on with her. And even when she would get up and her brothers would play and knock her over, she had a hard time staying up. And so, I think ultimately she got diagnosed with the hip dysplasia. They did the surgery when she was a few months old. And then as you can see in the video, she's been recovering. She does not show any kind of pain. She runs and jumps and hops with her sisters in the yard. So she has definitely come a long way.
Wow. Now I hear they're not perfect, but she doesn't know the difference. So to her, they are perfect. Do you agree?
Yes, she does not know the difference. She just runs around like nothing is wrong.
Wow. So that means nobody thinks that she's in any pain in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
Wow. Ain't that something? Now you're you and Keiko, you kind of have a little bit different situation because you probably feel like the black sheep. You're not in the Pacific Northwest, are you?
Nope. I'm actually really close to headquarters in Spring, Texas.
So you're in Texas. So we don't get that very often. We're kind of excited about that one. We're kidding. It doesn't matter because we have transport available. And if you're in the Pacific Northwest, can she get up there with the transport?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, she can.
Wow. And boy, she's a good looking girl. Now she's older than those other two, isn't she? She's an adult, huh?
She's about 18 months.
Oh, 18 months. She's still a puppy.
Yep.
Okay.
She's still, yep.
I didn't know why I was thinking she was older because, well, that's just me. We have a lot of dogs on today. I can get confused, like I have been. All right, it shows. Now she has other dogs there with her that she lives with, right?
She does. I have two other female Pyrenees mix dogs. I'm surprised they haven't come over here because I have treats in my hand.
And I'm surprised she's staying there.
Yeah, she's staring at the treat bag.
All right. She knows what that means. Okay. So Keiko's once again, her link is in the description of the show, which is clickable. Now, she's a very, very special girl. She's a fighter. She's a survivor. Does anyone predict any problems in the future as she ages with her hips, or is it predictable?
I don't think it's predictable. I think, it's just kind of watching her and her progressing. So far, so good. I think not showing any kind of display or display of pain or discomfort. So I don't think anyone can really predict how she will be as she gets older.
Okay. Well, we can predict one thing. She's going to be a purebred good girl, isn't she?
She is. She's this she's a big sweetheart. She's not doesn't show any aggression. She's great with just laying down, playing with her sisters, hanging out in the yard, sunbathing. She just kind of loves to be around people, around other dogs. She gets excited when strangers come over and they pet her, dogs and humans alike. So just easy to get along with.
That's awesome. What about cats? Is she cat tested?
So we took her to headquarters when she was younger, and so headquarters does have a cat. She was interested in terms of just smelling and kind of figuring out like, what is this thing? But there was no aggression, no trying to like bite or eat the cat. But since I've had her more after she turned 1, we don't have any cats around to kind of test her to make sure that. But from her personality and what I've seen so far, I don't think she'll have any issues with cats.
Is that Bailey we're seeing right now?
Yeah, this one's Bailey, and then Phoebe's down here, kind of out of the frame.
Yeah, Bailey was stealing the show for a second. Now she's an oxbox, right?
We think so.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so I think so too. I've had a few. So Great Pyrenees Rescue Society, that's where we read about all about Keiko. Now, what would you say to somebody that says, "Oh, I don't know about her. What happens if she starts having future vet bills?" What would you say to them?
I think we can't predict it, right? I think
I think any dog can have future vet bills.
exactly. We spent $4,000 on Bailey when we first got her because we don't even know what happened. We think it was meningitis, and she was perfectly healthy when we got her, and a couple of months later she declined really fast. But now she's fine, totally recovered. So I think every dog is kind of unpredictable.
Okay.
But I think she's totally worth it.
All right. And Keiko's not your first foster with Great Pyrenees Rescue Society, is she?
No, she's like our 5th or 6th, maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
And so how has your experience been? I think 5th foster says a lot.
It's great. The first one was really hard to let go. I will admit that. But I think knowing that he went to an amazing home really was just very fulfilling. Made us feel really good, and we were ready to do the same again for the next one.
Okay. Now I asked Indy this question. I'll ask you too. What would you say to somebody that tells you, "I can't foster because I've never been able to let them go. I'd try to keep them all and I can't"? What would you say to them?
We kind of thought the same thing going in, but when you find a family that is willing to put in the effort and basically make a home like you would for that foster, then it's easier to let them go because they're going to a great family.
All right. Wow. Okay. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where you go to read about all 3 of these dogs, Keiko, Granola, and Indy. They're all young. Keiko being the oldest. Does that make her the wisest?
Maybe.
Kelsey, do you have any questions for Cindy?
No, she covered them.
Yeah, she did. She did she did a good job. Now, what about walking? Now, Indy and Jen, they take their puppies for hikes that I can't walk that far myself. Even how does she do when you walk her? Are they shorter? Does she tire earlier, or how does?
Yeah, definitely shorter. Just because she does get tired, but B, also it's very hot in Texas for most part of the year. But when I do, she does great. We're still trying to learn, that I'm leading, not her. But she does have the stubborn trait where she sometimes want to say, "Nope, I want to go this other direction, Mom, not that way." So we're definitely still in training to have her understand, which directions we're going. But yeah, they're nice and short. We take her kind of up and down the street. She loves to smell everything in the grass and along the way. So she's still in training, but she doesn't pull.
Right. Well, she kind of got a late start because of her surgery recovery. So. But she's actually done very well in spite of that. So, wow. All right. Okay. Well, we're gonna move you off to the side because we've got more show here, and this is really exciting for me too. All right. We have the Great the Pier Rescue and Sanctuary in Colorado. They're bringing their big boy on, and boy, he's a big one. He's right around 150 pounds. Now, for those of you that have big dogs, you'll say that's not big. Well, okay, we get that. All right. So here we go. We've got Judy up here. She's the director of the Pier Rescue and Sanctuary. Hi, Judy.
Hi, how you doing?
You don't mind if you're on the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society brand, do you? Because I got in trouble when I started the show when I changed brands. It stopped our timer, and we were live and didn't know it. So
that's fine.
Okay. Wow. Who do you have there? And
this is Oslo.
He looks short-coated. Piers are long-coated.
He got shaved.
Why did you shave him?
I did not shave him.
Thank you.
previous owner wanted to get him dolled up for us. She knew she was bringing him and she wanted to get him cleaned up. So she took him to a new groomer she had not used before. And when she went to pick him up, the groomer said, "Oh, he had some mats, so I had to shave him." So,
Sounds like a new groomer needs a new groomer.
that's what I told the lady. I said, yeah, yeah, if they're too lazy to brush out a few mats or just cut them out, then you need a different groomer. So,
So why is it not a good idea to shave a Great Pyrenees?
because they need their hair, because God made them right.
That's their climate control, right? And she'll be back. There you are.
Cold
Boy,
and sunburn and insects
and sunburn's important. They're light complected dogs and they can easily sunburn.
well, I'm happy that she didn't shave him all the way down. He's got probably 3/4 of an inch of hair here.
And that's still not enough.
No, but at least his skin isn't showing. So
That's a good thing because a lot of complications are capable of coming with sunburn. All right.
yes, and we're sunburn capital of the world here because we're high
Yeah.
altitude and it's not hot, so people don't go in
Right.
because they're hot.
And you
They
stay
stay
out longer.
and you fry.
That's right. Unlike Texas down there, it's just it's hot, and then when they get to humidity, it's just miserable. And well, if you see a tan Texan, that means they have a tanning bed, probably, right?
Possibly.
Either that, or they say we're used to it. I'm sorry, I've never gotten used to that humidity. I'm in Ohio, so we got our humidity.
Yeah, it's very dry here, and I don't know. Today's probably 75 degrees, maybe.
Wow. But there's no humidity to go with it, correct? So now Mr. Mister there, he's a big boy. We're
He
freezing
is a
up
big
just
guy.
yeah, we're freezing a little bit, and you're pixelating a touch. But Michael can see that. Michael's the cameraman, and
I see that. We have 100% signal strength, though.
I don't know what just happened. Do you see it when that happens, Michael?
I do.
Okay, good. He's actually a computer guy, and he will fix this. He will not sleep again until he fixes this. I just it's just the way he is.
Come here, buddy.
But sometimes you can't control stuff like that. All right. I swear to God, sometimes the wind blew the Wi-Fi signal away. Okay. And so now you haven't had him that long, have you, Judy?
He's been here for a little over a week.
All right. And he had, and he's how old? 4 years old?
He's 4 years old. 4 years in April.
So he lost his family of 4 years at no fault of his own. And how did he do when you first got him?
He was pretty bummed out about it. He got one of the kennels that's west facing. It's close to the little road that goes around our house to the kennels. So it's probably only about 10 feet away from and he would not leave the outside of his kennel for 2 days. He sat as close to the road as he possibly could, because I think he was pretty sure that his owner just forgot about him and that she would be back.
Yeah. And that's very, very sad. Always remember that when you want to, if you ever think that you may have to get rid of your dog, or just remember you are their life. Okay.
Yeah. She was upset about giving him up. I mean, and honestly,
Well,
I agreed with her.
She was in a bad situation. Everybody agreed with this surrender. So I get that.
Yeah.
And there's times where there's circumstances beyond the human control too. We get that. We understand.
Of course, she told me that he was the best dog ever, and that he's very well trained, and he's very mellow, and he's very sweet, and he's never had any issues. And of course, I always kind of take that with a grain of salt, because that's what people always tell me.
Well, here's the thing.
Honest to God, he is the nicest dog ever.
Right. But see, here's the thing. For Kelsey, Katani is the best dog ever, but she's had him for a while, because not the same. He won't be that for another person. Okay. Different ways of seeing this. And also too, behaviors that we learn in the training world, some behaviors that are learned in the home, and you move the dog, a lot of times that behavior stays in that home, and the new people don't see it. Okay.
Well, she had no complaints about him, and I have no.
And we have no reason not to believe the lady. She did not want to surrender him. and she may have been trying to talk
Nice
herself
dog.
into not surrendering her too. So you never know. But he's a good dog. And is he available now for adoption?
He is.
Okay.
Yep,
So,
he's neutered. He's up to date on all his vaccinations. He's ready to go.
all right.
And he
So-
would actually do really well with older people because he does walk very nice on a leash. I think he's really great with little kids. We haven't tried him out personally here, but she sent me pictures of him with her grandkids, and she said he was great with kids. So I can't imagine he wouldn't be.
Yeah, Judy sometimes has a problem kid testing her dogs because maybe she needs to change her approach. And instead of calling somebody and saying, hey, can you bring your kids over, see if my dogs will eat them? Maybe she needs a different approach.
Kind of the same way with cats, too. I mean, I have a cat, but I'm not going to throw her over the fence to see what happens.
Now,
So-
do you have a history? Do you know how he would do with cats? Any idea?
I really don't know, but he doesn't seem like the type that would be hard to train with a cat.
Okay. Or
So-
maybe it's natural and he just won't care.
It could be. I mean, he just doesn't seem to get real ruffled about much of anything. So
Yeah.
we put him in with Eve, who is one of our kind of long-term dogs here.
Yeah.
And Eve is very particular about her doggy friends. And she likes to be the boss. She likes to be the alpha. So as soon as he got there, she walked up and she kind of gave him her growl and her snarl and, I'm the alpha. And he kind of growled and snarled right back at her. And she just backed right off like, oh, I don't think I want to mess with this guy. And that was all there was to it. I mean, they didn't
Eve getting along with him?
Yeah, Eve's getting along with him fine. He's in with Eve and Little Bear, and Little Bear, him are best friends. I mean, they're buddies. They hang out in each other's kennels. They both kind of avoid Eve most of the time, but that doesn't surprise me much because Eve is a little antisocial with dogs sometimes. So, but
Eve seems to be one of Nancy's favorites, huh?
She is. She's a very nice girl, and when she loves you, she really loves you. But she can be a little weird about things.
It's a little weird. I like the way you put that, because that's what we heard about Keiko's hips. Her hips were a little weird. Now that means if him and Eve are getting along like that, if Nancy decided to take Eve home, she would also have to take Oslo then, right?
Well, probably not.
Because he's not going to last long enough.
Actually, I think we have a home for Eve.
I
So-
remember you said that.
Yeah, a guy that had adopted another really difficult dog from us a couple years ago.
On the East Coast.
Yeah, over in North Carolina. Cody just passed away a few weeks ago, very unexpectedly. And Neil has found that he can't live without having a dog in his house because he's too lonely. So he called up and he said,
was not an easy dog either, was he?
No, Cody was a very difficult dog. He'd been here for several years.
Not the easiest dog around.
Yeah, he calls up and he says, who's the next toughest dog you got? And I said, that would be Eve. And he said, okay, I'm going to come get her. And honestly, I have all the faith in the world that he will work with her and get her squared away. So
and you move a dog that has restrictions,
Yeah, and we're all thrilled to death. I mean, I really hope it works out.
He's an amazing adopter, and he just has that way with the difficult dogs, with their difficult issues that he helps them through it.
Well, and he almost looks at it as like a project or a challenge.
Yeah, but
and he's retired. He's got a great big house. He's got a great big place. Great fenced yard out in the country. He's actually fallen in love with Pyrenees after Cody. He's always had Bouvier de Flanders dogs.
Okay.
So he did a number of those, and he was pretty attached to those. But when he got Cody, he said, I think I've crossed to the light side.
Well, don't let him know that not all peers are like Cody, that some of them are like Oslo. And
oh yeah, he knows that.
Yeah,
he's been out here several times. So
he volunteers. He goes from North Carolina to Peyton, Colorado to volunteer, doesn't he?
Yeah, he'll be out here not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow.
All
And he's
right.
everything goes real well before he takes her home.
That's a heck of a statement for your rescue there. Wow. You've got a broad reach in volunteers. I don't suppose Kelsey goes out there and volunteers too. I've always wanted to.
She's welcome to.
I'd love
Well,
to.
now,
We'll have
Kelsey,
to. For sure.
yeah, well, you remember Kelsey's in Virginia. Her rescue's in Montana. All right. So,
We're on the way.
Yeah. There you go.
yeah, but that's just got to tell you that what rescue is to some people, and it can be with a lot more. Okay. You don't have many fosters, do you, Judy?
No, actually right now I think I'm only using 2 right now.
But you would like some more, wouldn't you?
If they're local. I really like them to be local because I get a lot of people that come out here from like out of state.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only peer rescue in a multi-state area here, so I attract all the peer lovers. So I get a lot of people come down from Wyoming or come up from New Mexico or Utah or Kansas or whatever, to look at a dog. And when they come out here, if there's a dog that they want to see that, isn't on my premises, I would like it to be convenient for them
That's
to be able to go
difficult.
see that,
Yeah,
or to be
gotcha.
able to have that foster bring that dog out here for them to see.
Right. Okay.
So that's
and
why I kind
understand.
of don't want them all over the place.
Yeah, because you have more dogs to show them. So
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
that.
we're kind of like a used Pyrenees lot here.
But now look at it from another perspective. Every one of your dogs are in your backyard.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow.
And I like to be able to see my dogs. I like to be able to, run stuff over to the foster if I need to, or have them pick it up if they need to. Food, toys,
Okay.
bedding, whatever.
And you, if I remember right, I think one of your terms one time, you said you were the master pooper scooper.
Yes. I don't go to
Because-
my foster's house and scoop poop though. They have
Oh,
to do
okay.
that on their own.
That is the foster's job. Okay.
That is the
So
foster's job, is scoop
there
their
you
own poop. But
there you have it. If you don't want to poop scoop or scoop poop and expect Judy to do it, then you need to apply elsewhere. How many dogs do you have now, Judy? You froze up again for a second. I think I can vision Michael hitting that phone right now.
Yep.
We lost her for a second here. And that's Wi-Fi. It's not totally stable. Okay. Well, normally she's back by now. Then isn't that
foster.
there you go. We're getting bits and pieces here, but we'll ask Kelsey a question.
Okay, I'm back.
We're back now.
There we go.
We never heard how many dogs you have, and that could
We
that
have
could be
We have 14 here on site and 2 in foster.
okay. One of those
And
dogs.
I'm getting a new guy on transport on Tuesday from Dodge City, Kansas.
Okay. Did I hear a rumor about some puppies that you made an offer on?
There's a lady on, oh God, I think it's on Nancy's website,
Mhm.
who forgot where she lived.
Right.
Somewhere here in Colorado. They had a litter at
Yeah.
their house, and I guess she's got about 5 left.
Okay.
But I'm kind of
So you may have some puppies coming up then, possibly. They're not in rescue, so
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
you're
you want
back.
to see our parvo puppies? Can you see them? They're back behind in the fence
Somewhat.
area there.
Okay.
Walk over there.
Oh, those are that is Charlie and Max.
And Max, yeah.
I was gonna ask how they're doing.
Looky there. Now we know. There's Charlie and Max. Make no mistake, I can't tell the difference. They look the same to me. There you go. And how are they doing, Judy? She can't hear me, can she, Michael?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, how are those parvo puppies doing now?
They're doing excellent. They're back on full kibble again, solid poop. It's been 10 days, so apparently they're not supposed to be contagious anymore.
So
So
they're no longer parvo puppies.
nope, they're doing great.
Awesome.
Ex-parvo puppies.
When will they be available for adoption?
I would like to. I need to get another vaccination into him.
Okay.
I'd like to hang on to him for another week, but people can come out and see them,
All
put
right.
apps in on them if they want. So
Well, let's get them back on the show when they're available, okay? And
Oh,
let's,
okay.
And let's get them out there. Let's because we showed them when they weren't available. They were technically still sick.
yeah, probably by next week or so they should be ready to go.
Okay. All right, let's get them back.
Because
On the show.
they're both doing great. They're eating fine, pooping fine. Everything seems normal with them. And
Okay. All right. Catherine, I think this is kind of a generalized statement here. It says, thank you all for your hard work. They have a Pyrenees from the rescue in Texas, I'm assuming GPRS. She was transported to the Pacific Northwest, and they love their dog very, very much. And thank you for your kind words too, Catherine. And that's what we thrive for, is to, Catherine helped GPRS save another dog. And that is one good looking dog now. I can't wait to see what he looks like with his fur. I think you had.
I think we sent you a couple pictures.
You sent me a couple pictures, and I've this morning fell to pieces. All right, and I didn't get it uploaded. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I got one good one with fur on it. I didn't get it downloaded, I don't think. But
I think you can see pictures of him on our website with
there
fur.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And I'll bring the banner back up. You can see pictures right there at peerrescue.org.
Yep,
And,
www.purerescue.org. There's some pictures of him with hair.
Yes, and that's good looking too.
He is a very good looking
put
deer.
all of those pictures up, Judy? The ones that you sent me, are they all up?
I think they're all up there.
Okay, so there's also a picture of him with a young child.
Oh, okay. That's one that the lady had sent me. That's one of her granddaughters.
Right. That was one of them that I usually don't show on the show because I don't want to encourage that, because not every dog can do that. Because not every child is that good. It's not on the dog. Don't get me wrong. Don't blame the dog. All right. Not usually, right, Kelsey?
Right.
How does Katani do with children?
I would not put him with children.
You're not brave enough yet.
No.
Hey, there's leash skills right there. Sorry, Kelsey.
Buddy there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Is he overweight?
I think he could probably lose 10 or 15 pounds.
Okay, because he doesn't have that indentation, if you may, between his
the waistline.
Yeah, he doesn't have a waist. He's about like I am, no waist.
Yeah, she said that because he's been living in this condo with no yard,
Okay.
and she's working full time, that he's not getting the exercise that he needs. So I suspect he probably put on a little weight he didn't need.
All right. Wow. Jenny wants to thank you too. They adopted 2 peers when John and Linda ran the rescue. Most recent is doing great. He's 10 years old now. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and she added that they love their peers. How do you not love a peer? So. But anyway, peerrescue.org. He's available now. And let's make his stay at the rescue as short as we can. He needs a home.
He does.
He lived all of his life, all 4 years with one family, and he, as much as we tell him that this wasn't his fault, he does not understand. So let's get him a new home. Let's do that, and that's why he's on the show. He deserves it.
He's a very good boy.
Yeah. So once again, peerrescue.org. And if you can't adopt, well, heck, while you're out there at the same site, you can, throw a little, give him a little donation, let him know that you care and that you would like to help him too. So.
And I don't know if you caught a volunteer taking a dog into the barn behind me a minute ago.
I missed that.
Oh, okay. Was
I'll
it
watch
in the
the
background?
rerun. Okay.
But anyway, yeah, that was a dog that he does not even know.
Oh,
So-
that's why you went back there.
He actually had like no reaction whatsoever to this dog coming out of the building and going into the door behind me. He just
Who
watched.
was that dog?
I think that was probably Reese.
That was Reese. Oh man, that's my boy. We got to get him on the
Oh,
show.
maybe it might have been Obi.
Yeah, Reese would be a excellent candidate for the gentleman in North Carolina too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
Um,
oddly enough, Reese was brought to me by a lady in North Carolina.
Yeah. You hear that out there?
He came from North Carolina. I hate to send him back there again.
Yeah, really. Reese, he gets nervous, and then he gets scared, and you just go slow with Reese. There's your tip of the day. How about this? We go slow with all of them when you first bring them in your home. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't do real super well with changes, I think.
Well, no peer does. In my opinion, that's what makes them such strong guardians.
Well,
They don't
Reese
do well.
kind of has a extreme.
Well, Reese overdoes it sometimes, but he's just going into survival
Lunge in the
mode.
bite.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, Judy, that's amazing. And who's the new one you got coming out of Kansas?
His name is Gordon. He looks.
Gordon.
He got the most incredible looking eyes, really light gold eyes, and he's kind of probably a badger face peer or maybe an Anatolian mix.
Okay. So up
I
and
don't know.
coming in Colorado will be Gordon. Keep your
Yep.
eyes open. We're going to be
Yeah, he
getting
was
him on the show.
rescued from euthanization in Dodge City, Kansas.
Wow. And it's not on them. Well, kind of is. The reason why they get euthanized first is because they're so big. Shelters have to a lot of times double up their runs, and they can't do that with a giant breed. So
Well, and it's just everywhere. It's just space.
yeah, man, countrywide. So always remember that if you think that you have to surrender your dog, you don't necessarily have to do that. Okay. And Gordon, he's 3.5 years old. Nancy just said, and because
And Nancy's picking him up in Lyman on Tuesday, so she'll get to be the first one to meet him.
all right. Wow, cool. So now, how does that work? Now, people have read that before, and I think I actually read somebody had written this question, may not have been on yours, but it says, how do you trust a dog that you've never met to go pick up and put in your car for the first time? Aren't you afraid that he'll bite? I've read that question before. And
Well-
how do you answer that, Judy? Because I
Well,
can.
the lady
my
that I work
opinion.
with in Dodge City, she kind of runs her own rescue. We're good friends.
Mhm.
She's very truthful with me. She works at the shelter, but then she also has like 6 runs at her house.
Mhm.
So the kind of she just pulls them out of the Dodge City shelter so they won't get euthanized, and then she finds rescues in Colorado that will take them.
And it's okay that they bite with you as long as you know in advance. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on the bite, the situation. I mean, obviously, I don't want a dog that bites everybody that gets near it. But,
Or
when
maybe,
somebody tells me that the dog has a history of biting 1 or 2 people, I always kind of ask, well, do you know what
Why?
the situation was? Why?
Mhm. Yeah.
I can
And
forgive a dog a lot
Right.
if the
Always remember-
situation didn't really have that much to do with him.
Always remember with the Great Pyrenees and probably any dog, whenever the dog does something like you said, what? The first thing that you want to come into your mind was why? What made the dog think they had to do that? Because they never do anything for no reason. There is always a reason. And if you take the reason they did the behavior you don't want them to do, if you take the reason and alter it or take it away, well, you may not have anything left to do. It could right there be that easy to change that unwanted behavior. Always remember that. Ask why.
Well, I'm also finding that a lot of people are not super familiar with, really large dog breeds. And I get a lot of calls from people saying, I have to get rid of my Pyrenees. And I'll say, why? And they'll say, this is the call I got yesterday. I have to get rid of my Pyrenees immediately. Can you take it? And I said, well, probably not immediately, but what's going on? And she said, well, she just snapped at my daughter. And I said, why did that happen? She said, oh, it just came out of nowhere and there was no reason for it. And I said, there was a reason for it. I just kind of want to know what was going on. Apparently, the kid was on the swing set. The dog walked in front of the swing. The kid probably
Hit him or
inadvertently
got
kicked
too
the
close.
dog,
Scared the dog.
scared the dog, and the dog
Scared the dog.
snapped at her. Did not bite her, did not attack her, just turned around and snapped. That was it.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, I just don't trust him now. We got to get rid of him, because the next time something happens, he's going to rip her face off." And I'm like,
Actually, I would actually trust
Oh.
that dog even more now.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Okay. You agree
Yeah.
with that, Kelsey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you get them a lot, Judy, that they have to get rid of the dog because the dog growled. Okay.
I hear that all the time too.
Always remember, when the dog growls, if he's growling at you, he is telling you, I've become uncomfortable and I don't want to have to bite you. Always remember
Exactly.
that. I don't want to have to do this. So if you surrender your dog for a growl, if the rescue can't take him, you take him to the shelter. There's a very, very good possibility that a shelter takes him in the front door, takes him out back, and euthanizes him. That means
Exactly.
you just killed your dog because he tried to communicate with you.
So I get these kind of calls all the time. The dog growled, the growl, snarled, the dog snapped. And of course, they have to get rid of the dog immediately because they no longer trust it, because everybody knows that the next thing that's going to happen is that dog's going to maul that kid to death.
Never second guess a Great Pyrenees, because you're always going to be wrong.
And, I just kind of have to roll my eyes and say, okay,
Right.
whatever.
Okay. Now,
Bring me your dog. He's probably fine.
I want you to understand something. This is a livestock guardian breed. They have been known to take down an entire group of wolves. Okay. So if they're going to bite you with the intent to do harm, you're going to the hospital. Anything less than that, he doesn't want to hurt anything.
Yeah.
Period. Okay.
Well, and quite honestly, dealing with thousands of peers, and I have never even heard of a Pyrenees mauling anyone to death.
Nope. Neither have I.
And
But I've heard 'em get
I've known of
accused.
I've known a few people who've gotten bit, needed stitches or something, but never seriously hurt.
Right. And keep in mind, these dogs can put you in the hospital for a long time. They're capable of that.
They could probably kill you.
This is a breed that that gets so misunderstood over their intent. Now, sometimes if they air snap, that is communication. They're telling you they're extremely uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Not aggressive. I didn't say aggressive. That means they're communicating with you. Listen to the dog. Okay.
Well, and people tell me all the time they have to get rid of their dog because he's aggressive. And my response is, what does that look like?
What does that mean? I mean, dogs, the Great Pyrenees doesn't do anything without a reason. I mean, I get what they want to
Well, and
do.
then sometimes they say, well, he's aggressive because he jumps on me every time I walk in the door. And I said, is he trying to bite you? No, he's just jumping on me.
He wants to aggressively love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't think that's aggression. I think that's just kind of bad manners.
And that's bingo. His citizenship needs a little bit of work, his good citizenship.
Yeah,
Okay?
I mean, probably sometime in his past, that was the only way he got attention. So that's what he learned.
Well, always remember that's learned behavior.
Yes.
And a lot of this reasoning that the people are surrendering their dogs are for the same, they taught the dog to do that. Probably inadvertently, but it's learned behavior. You taught your dog
like
that.
small children.
Well, small children put out different emotions.
I mean,
but there's no reason they can't get along with a small child.
but
yeah.
I mean,
Now,
small,
when you have a baby that goes from crawling to walking, that can be a challenge to the dog because they don't know that the dog is, or the child is getting ready to at any time stand up. What they see is they instantly grew legs, and that confused them. So always be aware of that. Okay, we're trying to get you back, Judy.
Oh, okay. I'm
There
back
we go.
on again, I guess.
Yeah, now you're back on. Michael didn't tell you?
He's giving me hand signals. Thumbs
Okay.
down for I'm off. Thumbs
All
up
right.
when I'm on.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, we're running in a little bit overtime here, and but we still have people hanging on here. But always remember, the Great Pyrenees, they are masters of communication. All you have to do is learn their method of communication, okay? And it's not hard. It's not hard in any way, shape, or form. So, as a matter of fact, there's a lady that wrote a new book that, if you're interested, if for those of you that need an owner's manual, an instruction book, well, there's one available now, and it's available out on Amazon. It's the book is the Do No Harm Training Training and Behavior Manual by Linda Michaels. That is I highly recommend that book, especially for those of you that are struggling with your dog. Okay, it's kind of an owner's manual for you, and it was written with the trainers in mind and the owners in mind. And she goes into great detail with definitions and why and stuff. She has a master's of psychology and also a behavior person, and she's able to do what Kelsey does. She has magic fingers and can put it to where we can understand it. All right.
I was just going to say my second advice is, if you don't feel like reading a whole book, just hop on itsdogornothing.com.
And that's right. You have it linked to your page too, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't I know I had a banner for you, Kelsey. I don't know where it went. Oh, maybe it's under Montana. There it is right there. Itsdogornothing.com. I knew I made a banner. We're going to be doing
Learn manual.
we're going to be doing a tour of Kelsey's one of these days, as soon as she can have time. All right. See, Kelsey's not blowing me off. Kelsey's a very busy person, because similar to what Judy does, Judy's a busy person, but see, Kelsey also has her love of the Great Pyrenees with rescue and whatnot in her own, but she also has a love of all life. So she also saves cats. Kind of single-handedly, it seems like sometimes, but so at any given time she has quite a few cats
over
there.
here.
Yeah, and she has hey, there you go. There's a foster. When she if she ever adopts Katani out, you got a hard dog called Kelsey, right?
Yeah.
But I think Carol can keep you busy too, huh? With that.
I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So now Takani's made some great strides in a lot of areas, hasn't he? Uh-oh.
He has.
Sorry, Judy. We
Goodness.
have a young man here that we have to take a see the ear thing.
Yeah.
All right. That's what she does. And it's that ear. Oh, okay. Now we need the instruction book, the assembly manual. She gets in these weird positions, and I can't do Granola and not do the boy too. These are just gorgeous dogs. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org and purerescue.org. And wow, and there's Keiko. Wow, that's a big dog right there in front of her. That's not the Knockbosh. That's right. Cindy said she had 2 dogs.
Yes. She's the Great Pyrenees.
That's the Great Pyrenees, and it shows.
Yeah.
Wow. And she gets along with all of them, doesn't she?
She does.
All right. Okay, we're going to bring Judy back up, because now he's doing something cute. Boy, I'll tell you, when we have a lot of dogs on, I can make people get seasick here by moving everybody around. Oh, now hold on a second. Sorry, Judy. There's one of the cats.
Yeah, this little dude's adoptable. He's got wonky eyes, but he doesn't know he's any different.
Is that fair to say that all of your dogs have been cat tested?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, now you missed a show 2 weeks ago because of cats, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing a rescue run to help transport.
All right. Look, Granola actually rolled off camera. Well, what a girl. I'll tell you, what a girl. She's something else. They all are. And I'll tell you, the show really, really was hard on Indy. It plumb tuckered him out. So, all right, everybody, we're going to go. This is exciting, having all these dogs on. And then we've got the peer-looking peer if he had fur. So when you if you go to surrender your dog, don't shave them. Just let the rescue take care. If they're matted, they know how to do that. Okay, they know how to demat them. So, and this is peerrescue.org, www.peerrescue.org, and the other three are www.Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. That's a lot to type. I get it, but if they're worth it, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. And from there, from Judy's page, there's a lot of information on that page. And I mean, we're talking a ton, including a link to It's Dog or Nothing. And that's the place to go if you want to learn the breed, their traits, their quirks, the funny stuff, the not so funny stuff, and in a lot of cases, how to resolve it, how she resolves it. Okay. Another instruction book right there with video backup. All right. And you do a good job of, you've got the magic fingers where you can relay it so people can understand it. I like that. So, all right. So we have Granola and Indy up in Washington. We have Keiko in Texas down by Houston. And we have Oslo in Peyton, Colorado, which is near Colorado Springs, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you're actually higher elevation than Denver.
Yeah, a couple thousand feet, I think.
Okay. So, but yet you're south of Denver.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means that just because you're going south doesn't mean you're going lower. All right.
Nope.
So, all right, everybody. Next week, hopefully we'll have any dogs on because boy, we really screwed the opening up this week. Well, not we. I really screwed the opening up this week. I'll learn, live and learn, right? So it didn't even dawn on me I was going to lose the countdown. All right, everybody. Judy and Indy and Cindy and Kelsey, obviously, and Jen, thank you so much for coming on the show and you guys for fostering and continuing to foster. You're saving so many lives, and it shows. And you guys are doing great work. And thank you for coming on. So
Thank you.
we're going to, on that note, before everybody starts fleeing and it makes us look really bad, we're going to go ahead and get on off here. And and I promise I'll try to keep that countdown timer. I'm working on a different countdown timer to adjust some things, and hopefully you'll like it. But we'll announce it before we do it. But all right, everybody. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Judy, for bringing him on. Thank you.
Have a good Sunday.
All righty. Bye now.